Have you ever truly paused to consider, with a profound sense of inquiry, the very nature of what you steadfastly call real? From the moment we awaken each new day, our minds, conditioned by centuries of scientific materialism and sensory input, operate under the deep-seated, almost unshakable impression that reality is something utterly fixed, undeniably concrete, and objectively existing out there, entirely separate from us. We are taught from our earliest breaths to believe with an almost childlike certainty that the world simply is what it is, a collection of solid objects, immutable physical laws, and undeniable facts, and that we, as passive observers, perceive it precisely as it exists, unfiltered, unbiased, and complete. We walk through life as if it's a meticulously constructed stage set, a pre-written play, and we are merely spectators or actors following a script that has already been decided. But what if this deeply ingrained certainty, this unwavering conviction about the fundamental nature of reality, has been profoundly, perhaps even painfully, flawed all along? What if the very ground beneath our feet, the air we breathe, the objects we see and touch, the circumstances we experience are all far more fluid, far more responsive to our presence, to our inner state, than we dare to consciously imagine? Quantum physics, the most cutting-edge and mind-bending frontier of scientific exploration, has already meticulously, unequivocally dismantled this long-held comfortable certainty. It reveals a truth so astonishing, so counterintuitive, that it shakes the very foundations of our deepest assumptions about existence. Consider this. Before it is consciously observed, before our awareness interacts with it, matter does not behave as a fixed, localized particle, a solid thing. Instead, it exists as a shimmering, pulsating wave of infinite possibilities, a probabilistic cloud of potential spread across the quantum field, patiently awaiting for awareness to give it form. This means, profoundly, that what you consciously call real, what manifests as palpable and tangible in your lived experience, only truly solidifies, only becomes discernible, only takes on definite form when you observe it. And observing here, please understand with utmost clarity, is not merely a passive act of looking with your physical eyes. No, it is a dynamic, active, and deeply intimate process of vibrational interaction with the underlying energetic field of reality itself, an interaction that is deeply, powerfully molded and influenced by your core beliefs, your dominant and consistent emotions, and the unwavering focus of your conscious attention. Your inner world is the sculptor. So could it be possible, and even highly probable, that your reality, your entire lived experience is, in a profound and ultimately liberating sense, an illusion? Not, let me emphasize, in the sense of being fake or untrue, not a grand deception or a trick meant to mislead you into falsehood, but rather, in the revolutionary sense of being a temporary, malleable, personalized version, meticulously collapsed and solidified from an infinite ocean of possibilities. A direct manifestation shaped by your state of consciousness. It's like gazing into the intricate beauty of a kaleidoscope. What specific pattern you vividly see, what precise forms and colors you experience, depends entirely on the subtle angle at which you hold and view it, the slightest shift creating a new world. And that angle, in the vast interactive tapestry of your reality, is precisely defined by your vibration, the energetic signature, the unique frequency you carry and consistently emit from your very core. Everything that appears solid, fixed, and unchangeable in your world, every circumstance, every relationship, every material object is, at its deepest essence, pure energy vibrating in specific patterns. And the ultimate liberating truth, the secret that empowers you beyond measure, is that the very entity defining which of those countless patterns, which of those infinite possibilities, collapse into your lived reality, into your tangible experience, is the observer that you consciously choose to be. You are not a passive recipient of a predetermined fate. You are an active sculptor, a vibrant painter of your own unfolding experience. Now let's delve into one of the most astonishing and frankly liberating revelations of quantum mechanics, the observer effect. This isn't just a fascinating theory discussed in academic papers. It's a scientifically proven phenomenon that has direct, immediate, and profound implications for your life, for your ability to shape your world. You are not, and have never been, a passive spectator of reality, merely watching a pre-programmed show unfold before you. No, you are an active, integral, vibrational co-creator, fundamentally necessary for the existence of what you experience. The famous observer effect vividly demonstrates this profound truth in laboratories of quantum physics around the world, day after day. The very behavior of a subatomic particle, the fundamental building blocks of all matter, fundamentally changes depending on the type of observation being made. If it's observed as a particle, it behaves as a localized particle. If it's observed as a wave, a spread-out potential, it behaves as a wave. The very act of observation, imbued with consciousness and intention, actively affects and shapes the very fabric of matter at its most fundamental level, and the same principle, precisely the same dynamic, applies with breathtaking accuracy and undeniable power to your entire life. What you observe, what you consistently focus your attention upon, imbued with the full weight of your emotion and your deeply held belief, fundamentally changes the very form that reality assumes for you. This means that reality, far from being rigid or unyielding, is profoundly malleable, fluid, and astonishingly responsive to your internal state, to your energetic input. But here's the crucial distinction, a point often misunderstood by those new to these concepts. It does not bend to your superficial desires, to your fleeting wishes, or to what you merely verbally declare you want, if your deeper inner state, your dominant vibration, contradicts it. No, reality powerfully bends, it gracefully conforms, it perfectly aligns to your dominant vibrational state, the most consistent emotional and energetic frequency you are actively emitting into the field. Consider this. If you consistently observe the world through the constricting, often dark lens of fear, with a heart perpetually constricted by worry, by anxiety, then your reality will faithfully reflect back to you an abundance of perceived threats, of overwhelming challenges, of countless reasons to be afraid, reinforcing that fear. But if you consciously and consistently choose to observe the world through the expansive, illuminating lens of profound gratitude, with a heart open and radiating appreciation, then you will begin to witness an outpouring of synchronicity, an abundance of blessings, countless reasons to be grateful, reinforcing that very gratitude. The quantum field responds not simply to what you look at, to the external object of your gaze, but to how you feel and what you vibrate while you are looking. It's reading your entire internal signal, your complete energetic signature, not just the fleeting external direction of your gaze. This, my dear friend, is the ignored secret, the hidden key, the profound insight to transforming your world, to reshaping your experience. You don't truly see what is objectively real out there, independent of you. Instead, you perceive, you experience, you actively manifest what is in direct resonance with your dominant emotion and your core belief system. Your reality is not just out there, it is a direct, undeniable reflection of your inner vibration. And because of this profound, irrefutable truth, the journey to truly change what you see in your external world, to manifest a new and desired reality, begins not by frantically trying to change external circumstances, to manipulate people or events. It begins by fundamentally changing how you feel while you see, by transforming how you vibrate while observing your world. It is an inside-out transformation, a journey of internal alchemy that shifts everything external. Now let's explore a subtle yet devastating phenomenon that often traps us in endless cycles. The invisible trap of how you unknowingly recreate the exact same reality every single day, often without even consciously realizing the intricate mechanism at play. It's a pattern so deeply ingrained, so habitual that it becomes your default setting. Consider your mornings. You awaken. Perhaps your very first thoughts immediately gravitate towards the same persistent problems, the familiar challenges from yesterday, the anxieties that have become almost comfortable companions. You then begin to feel the same familiar pang of anxiety, the same weariness in your body, the same frustration or resignation that colored your previous days. As you look at the day unfolding before you, you perceive it through the very same filter, the same lens of expectation that you used yesterday, and the day before that, and the week before that. And then, almost imperceptibly, without consciously choosing it, without even realizing the power you wield, you collapse the same reality. The events, the interactions, the opportunities that arise, or don't arise, mirror the internal state you woke up with. It's not that the universe is somehow conspiring against you, not that destiny is fixed or that you are being punished for past missteps. No, it's far simpler, yet infinitely more profound. Your internal observer is meticulously calibrated, set, programmed to repeat patterns. It's wired to seek out and solidify what it already knows, what feels familiar, what fits its existing vibrational blueprint. Your mind, your very consciousness, is like a highly conditioned mirror. It only truly recognizes and brings into tangible form that which it has already seen, already experienced, already accepted as possible or true. And if you do not consciously, intentionally, and consistently break this deeply ingrained cycle, this loop of familiarity, your life inevitably becomes a vibrational echo, repeating the same themes, the same challenges, the same limitations, the same emotional landscapes. Not because you are being punished or because you are unlucky, but purely out of a profound fidelity to your own dominant frequency. You are simply manifesting what you are, over and over again, like a broken record playing the same song. This trap is incredibly silent. It doesn't scream for your attention. It doesn't manifest as a dramatic, sudden crisis that forces you to acknowledge it. No, it masterfully disguises itself as everyday routine, as just how things are, as pragmatic realism, or even as cautious prudence. It whispers insidious suggestions. This is just life. This is normal. Everyone struggles like this. Don't rock the boat. Don't dream too big. Don't hope too much. You'll only be disappointed. But hidden subtly beneath this seemingly mundane facade, vibrating persistently beneath the surface of routine, is the insidious, unchanging vibration of stagnation, of limitation, of unexpressed potential, of dreams deferred. It's the powerful energy of yesterday subtly but surely dictating the experience of today. And here is the truth that holds immense transformative power, the very key to unlocking new, expansive possibilities for your life. You do not live the reality you consciously want. You live, and consistently experience, the reality that your inner observer, that deep subconscious part of you, wired by your beliefs, your past experiences, and your habitual emotional states, accepts as possible and true for you. This is the core principle of conscious creation. Therefore, to truly change your life, to manifest profound new experiences, to step into a new timeline, you do not primarily need to frantically change everything around you, rearranging your external circumstances, your job, your relationships. What you fundamentally need is to consciously interrupt the vibrational pattern that compels your observer to keep looking at the world, and thus collapsing the world, in the exact same limiting way it always has. It's an inside-out shift, an internal alchemy that precedes and dictates all external change. The liberating truth, one that can set you free from endless struggle, is this: you do not need to control the external world, to manipulate circumstances, to micromanage every single detail of your life in order to live a brand new reality. That approach is not only exhausting, it is often futile and ultimately disempowering. Instead, you only need to consciously reposition your observer, to shift your internal vantage point, your energetic lens, your default setting. This is where your true, inherent power lies. This is where the magic begins. Here is a practical, yet profoundly powerful three-step technique for recalibrating your observer, meticulously designed to help you shift your reality without fruitlessly attempting to force the external world to change first. This technique cultivates the internal shift that unlocks the external. Step 1. Interrupt the autopilot with a 2-minute conscious pause. Begin by consciously stopping whatever you are currently doing, whether you're working, scrolling, walking, or thinking. Gently close your eyes, or softly unfocus your gaze downwards, allowing your vision to blur. Take a few deep, intentional breaths, bringing your full, undivided presence into your body, into the raw, sensory experience of the here and now. Allow yourself to feel your feet on the ground connecting to the earth, or the sensation of your body in your chair. Feel your breath moving in and out, a gentle rhythm. As you breathe, ask yourself, with genuine curiosity and absolutely no judgment, what is the dominant emotion present in me right now? Is it anxiety, frustration, a heavy sadness, a quiet calm, perhaps a flicker of excitement? Just identify it, acknowledge it, give it space. This simple act of identification, this conscious moment of self-awareness, is the crucial first step to breaking the unconscious cycle. By observing your current state without entanglement, you create a powerful space for choice, a pause for transformation. Step 2. Observe what you most observe. Now, with this heightened awareness, this new internal spaciousness, take a moment to reflect deeply inward. Ask yourself these piercing, illuminating questions, and feel the answers arise from within. What do I most consistently expect to find in my day, in my relationships, in my financial situation, in my health? Do I predominantly, almost habitually, expect problems, difficulties, and challenges? Or do I genuinely expect possibilities, solutions, and opportunities? Further, inquire with gentle honesty, what do I most consistently fear will happen? What negative outcomes does my mind habitually dwell on, replaying them like a broken record? And finally, probe deeper. What narrative, what inner monologue, what underlying belief does my mind constantly live repeating about myself, about my life, about my future, about what's possible for me? This series of questions will powerfully illuminate your unconscious lens, your dominant filter through which you habitually observe, interpret, and thus collapse reality. It is precisely this lens, this consistent energetic broadcast, that the quantum field is currently responding to, diligently collapsing your reality based upon it, giving you more of what you expect. Step 3. Shift the focus. See what you've never seen. For the next 1 minute, engage in a powerful, deliberate act of conscious observation. Visualize with as much sensory detail as humanly possible a possibility that you have never truly considered before, something truly expansive, deeply positive, something that feels genuinely new, exciting, and perhaps even a little audacious for you. Imagine how your life would be if the absolute best, most ideal outcome was already effortlessly in motion, already unfolding for you right now. You don't need to intellectually believe it totally yet. Your rational mind might resist, and that's perfectly okay. The aim is to simply feel the vibration of this new way of looking, this new possibility, this new potential. Allow yourself to experience the feeling of this new perspective, the emotions it evokes, the lightness it brings. This intentional shift of focus, this deliberate act of pure imagination and embodied feeling, immediately begins to train your brain and your energetic field to recognize and resonate with a new reality, a different set of possibilities that were previously hidden from your awareness by your old conditioned lens. Remember this liberating truth. Reality does not fundamentally change because you fight with it, because you struggle against its current form, or because you desperately try to force it into submission through sheer willpower. It changes, beautifully and fluidly, with profound grace, because you consciously decide to observe the invisible as if it were already here, as if your desired reality were already your undeniable truth, already fully formed and available. This is the profound active power of the observer. Let's deepen this understanding with a powerful, final symbolic metaphor. Reality is a quantum mirror, and you are the angle that defines the reflection. Imagine a mirror, perfectly flat, perfectly unblemished, and utterly unchanging in its intrinsic surface. Now imagine that depending on the subtle, almost imperceptible angle from which you look into that mirror, the image you perceive within it profoundly changes, morphs, and shifts, not because the mirror itself has altered in any way, but precisely because you have changed your position, your vantage point, your perspective. It is precisely like this with reality. It is not a fixed, static landscape, a rigid stage that never moves. It is a dynamic, responsive quantum mirror. It reflects not just what is objectively placed before you, not just the mere physical circumstances, but primarily, and most powerfully, it reflects from where you are looking, from what internal state, what core belief, what dominant emotion you are observing from. Your inner world dictates the reflection. You are not a fixed being trapped in an immutable, unchangeable world, a victim of circumstance. You are, in essence, a point of consciousness in perpetual motion, constantly shifting, constantly evolving, constantly projecting. And the precise way in which you position yourself, emotionally, energetically, intentionally, fundamentally alters the reflection that the universe delivers back to you. The profound truth is not that reality is inherently illusory in the sense of being fake or non-existent. No, the illusion, The great misconception that keeps us trapped in endless cycles of repetition and unfulfilled desire is the deeply ingrained idea that reality is fixed, that it is unchangeable, that we are merely subjects to its predetermined whims, powerless to influence it. That single belief alone holds us captive, binding us to a past we no longer wish to inhabit. Release that illusion. Change your angle. Change your vibration. Shift your internal state. And the mirror of reality will, with breathtaking precision, reveal an entirely new, vibrant, and perfectly aligned version of the very same world you thought you knew, but now seen through new eyes. Because at the deepest level of existence, at the core of your being, beyond all concepts and limitations, you are not primarily here to simply understand reality with your intellect, to dissect it, to analyze it from a distance, like a scientist observing an experiment. No, you are here, uniquely positioned, uniquely empowered, to actively co-create it, to sculpt its very form, to paint its vibrant colors, to compose its harmonious melodies, all from the profound and powerful vantage point of the observer that you consciously choose to be. This is your divine birthright, your ultimate creative power, your true purpose. Breathe deeply now, and allow these profound truths to settle into your very being, to permeate every cell of your existence. This journey of understanding the observer effect is not merely intellectual. It's a profound, visceral, and deeply personal invitation for deeper authenticity, for greater self-awareness, and for complete, unwavering alignment with your true, magnificent self. It is an urgent and loving call to reclaim your power as a conscious co-creator of your world, to step into your sovereign being. If this video has touched your soul and illuminated a clearer, more empowering pathway within your consciousness, if it resonated deeply with your innermost truth and sparked a vivid sense of knowing and possibility, then I warmly invite you to join this vibrant community, to participate in this vital conversation that we are collectively building together. Please leave a comment below with a single word that powerfully represents the illusion of the concrete that you are now truly ready to release, to transcend, to transform into a new freedom, a new clarity, a new foundation for your life. Thank you for your invaluable presence, for your immense courage to look within, and for your profound willingness to dive into the infinite depths of who you truly are. Until next time, may you live fully and vibrantly in the glorious flow of conscious creation, always remembering the power of the observer.